Hey friends, and welcome to Classical Singing Made Simple. My name is Maddie Hendricks, and I am a professional opera singer breaking down barriers to opera for the general public. So, I'm so excited for today's video because it's something that I've wanted to talk about for a long time. Okay, so lately, I've been really working hard on my craft, on my voice, and I've just recently uploaded some videos because I've had some pretty exciting breakthroughs as I've been working towards a professional operatic sound. So, y'all, I did not grow up around those sounds, and let alone, I never thought I could make them myself. I was like, 10 years ago, I was like, a professional opera singer? Like, no way. It just seems so impossible to me. Like, how do people do that? Like, how do people make those sounds? So, when most people who aren't familiar with opera in the general public hear something like this, hear something like an aria like O mio Babbino Caro that I just shared, I often get a lot of really sweet comments, very kind comments. And, you know, some of them are like, how does that big voice come out of such a tiny person? I'm about 5'1", I'm very petite. And then some people will say, oh my gosh, you should be famous like Andrea Bocelli. And here's the one for today's video. You should go on America's Got Talent. You'd be so famous. Someone from the Met might hear you. Ah, wouldn't you love that? I'm just like, yeah, sure. Okay, so yeah. Listen, so I know I'm not alone either. Any professional opera singer friends out there, have you guys heard this before too? Okay, first of all, to those people, thank you guys so much. Truly, like, from the bottom of my heart, thank you so much. I know these comments come from a very kind place and that you want people to hear more about this by me being on TV. And that's really, really kind. It really means the world to me that my singing moved you and you want more people to hear. That's so kind. You know, that's why I share what I do online. So seriously, again, thank you guys. But here's the thing. I am a professional opera singer, and America's Got Talent, it's not actually how opera careers happen. It's not really even how most professional music careers happen. So let me explain. So America's Got Talent is reality TV. So it's built for big reactions and viral moments and dramatic stories. And so they're looking for singers who either really shock you because they're really young. You ever heard like the 10-year-old opera singers or the 10-year-old, belters singing Whitney Houston, or the 10-year-old girls singing Puccini? I think the youngest was probably 8 that I've seen on the show. And these people surprise you because they're so young, and they supposedly have this really mature voice at such a young age, and you're like, oh my gosh, how did they do that? So then there are singers too that will surprise you with a personal challenge, or have a sob story, or a backstory that you're really like, wow, that was so inspirational, like, oh my gosh. Or, you know, they deliver something like super flashy and immediate all in 90 seconds. So it's a very short time period to like impress people. And so as I was saying, so like the opera singers that you hear on these shows usually are not trained professionals. They're usually young girls, usually 8 to 13, in between those ages. And they are imitating an operatic sound. They're not really producing a healthy sound. And here's the kicker. This sound, even though it sounds really big and mature, is done with a microphone. So anybody can make a fake operatic sound with a microphone, and if you give them a microphone, right, electronic amplification, that makes it sound really big and mature. But that's not how actual operatic singing really works. These, you know, we don't start out usually singing big arias. We really work up to it. We build technique. We build our instrument, our voice in this case. Starting out usually 13 to 16, you know, sometimes starting out in university. That was my introduction to classical music, was in university when I turned 18, 19. Starting out with art songs and really building the instrument, learning about things like breath support, resonance, balancing our registration, all of these very technical things that are the key to healthy operatic singing. Watch some of these singers, these young singers, and they're creating a sound that's kind of artificial. And the reason how you'll know it is because they'll do, for example, vibrato. That's a healthy, nice, like hooked up vibrato because it's on my body. But some of these singers will use vibrato, but it will be done with their jaw shaking, or their tongue shaking, or their neck tightening. That's not what we want. So yeah, so that's not like healthy operatic singing, but it is impressive to the general public, right? So healthy operatic singing, healthy classical singing takes years. The voice and the body really have to mature physically. There's a physical instrument inside our body that's making these sounds, but also emotionally too, because sometimes opera plots are really, really grown up and mature. So, and it also takes stamina as well to be able to sing this way. So anyway, so there are things about, you know, these entertainment shows, this wow factor, the immediate wow factor. You've got to have the personality, the look. They're TV shows, and they're casting characters at the end of the day. They're casting the fun comedian, they're casting the inspirational violinist, they're casting the dog that can, you know, do backflips and such. But this isn't a career development platform. And so the real opera world, on the other hand, is all about the long game. It's all about the process, not necessarily the product, getting a quick product really quickly. Because you build your voice slowly and really intentionally over many years. We train, we study, we audition, and we get rejected a lot. And if your dream is to sing at a really big opera house like the Met, you don't get there really through a viral video. You get there by growing artistically, and that really takes time. And despite what you may have heard, no, the Met is not scrolling YouTube, hoping to find their next opera star in a, playlist of talent show videos. So, fun story. I've actually sung for the Met. I sang for the Met competition last year, and it was a very high level, very serious, extensive process. I had to submit professional materials, a resume, a headshot. I had to go through video auditions and pre-screening, and it's so competitive, so competitive. So like for every soprano, there are 1,000 other sopranos that can sing just as beautifully. At the level that I'm at now as an emerging artist, a young artist, and it's tough. It's really, really hard. And so, but I got to sing for the Met at one of their district rounds, and they were so kind. It was such a wonderful experience, but they said, just keep working, come back next year, because my voice is at the moment quite small, or smaller, than maybe other voices out there. So it would take a lot to actually fill the Metropolitan Opera house. So guess what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna come back this year better than I was last year. Yeah, so this is truly a process. Okay, fun question. So what if I actually did go on America's Got Talent? Don't I love, educating the general public? Yes, yes. Wouldn't AGT be like the perfect platform? Well, maybe, probably, but also probably not, because I couldn't go on there and just sing. I'd have to do something really showy and have a backstory that would make, for super dramatic TV. And the real reason why this idea makes me kind of pause is that, yes, I am a blind singer, and TV would love to make a sob story out of it. The blind opera singer that has conquered all the odds. Gosh, y'all, it makes me cringe. I refuse to be a sympathy card. People saying that I'm an inspiration for just existing and living my life and, going to the grocery store. Or singing opera, in a big kind of way, right? It's really, really sweet. Like, I appreciate it, but I'm not any different from the rest of the world. At least I don't want people to see me as any different than the rest of the world. And that is really huge for me to communicate. So thank you guys so much for understanding that. So, okay, so at the end of the day, TV talent shows, they just aren't really my calling and my thing. But at the same time, I really appreciate, anyone that says that I should go on there. Because I know that it comes from a place of kindness and wanting to get opera out there. So I appreciate that. But just know that I'm still working, I'm still training. I'm, finished with school and finished with like academic training, but I'm still taking voice lessons constantly. So for me, this career is doing it the real way for me, and that's learning roles, getting experience, getting coached from like actual people in the industry, building stamina, and really like protecting my voice. So I'm ready when the right opportunities come. It's not just instant to me, but it's really worth it to take that long path, because I really want to be actually ready. Because opera is more than just a big voice. It's storytelling, it's character work, it's language study, learning not only how to pronounce the words, but at my level now, I'm starting to study languages, French, German, Italian, like really getting into the work of what the words mean, sentence structure and the words mean, and really putting that into my music. And at the end of the day, y'all, opera has so much heart. Opera has so much heart. It's real emotions, real stories. Yeah, sometimes a little dramatic, but it's so much fun. And that takes a grown-up, mature person to do. So, judges, Simon, I'd love to invite you to the opera. Please come to a show, come see an opera, no mic, no sob story, come see what we do. You're more than welcome. So, if you love what you hear and want to support me, keep listening, keep sharing, keep telling your friends opera is cool, because opera is so cool, guys. It actually never stopped being cool. And if you really want to help, ask me what aria I'm singing next. What role are you working on? Who is Giulietta? Who is Zerlina? Come to one of my concerts. Or just say, hey, that Puccini, that was really beautiful. That really means the world to me. Thanks for being here, friends, and for letting me do this the slow, steady, deeply fulfilling, and long way. I'll see you soon.